What does it truly mean to be a man? 100 years ago, this question would have sounded ridiculous because society had a clear definition of masculinity. But today things are different. Many men find themselves lost, questioning their identity in a world that seems to blur the lines between masculinity and everything else. The truth is, being a man isn't about outdated stereotypes, and it isn't about performing masculinity for the world to see. It's about something far deeper, far simpler, and far more powerful. In this video, we're cutting through the noise and breaking it down to the only two things you need to be a man. If you embrace these, you won't just be seen as a man. You'll feel like one in every fiber of your being. Stick around because by the end of this, you'll never look at masculinity the same way again. Many people define masculinity as a set of behaviors, things you do to signal to the world that you're a man. Society, the internet, and even popular culture tell men that to be truly masculine, they need to grow a beard, lift heavy weights, start a business, go hunting, learn to fight, shoot guns, drive manual cars, drink whiskey, and talk about sports. Now let's be clear, there's nothing wrong with any of these things. Many of them are fun. Some of them build valuable skills. But here's the problem. None of them make you a man, because if masculinity were just about behaviors, then you could put on an act, follow a checklist, and instantly become one. But we all know that's not true. Masculinity isn't something you wear. It's not a show you put on for others. It's something deeper. Being a man comes down to just two things, a spine and some balls. That's it. If you have these two things, you're a man. If you don't, no amount of weightlifting, beard growing, or whiskey drinking will make you one. A spine means that you're willing to stand up, both physically and metaphorically. Anatomically, you need a spine to stand tall. Figuratively, you need a spine to stand up for what you believe in. And here's where it gets tough. Most of the things in your head, the opinions, the beliefs, the fears, were put there by someone else. Society, the media, your family, your teachers, your friends, and a lot of that, it's garbage. If you never take the time to separate what's truly yours from what's been forced into you, you'll never know who you really are. And if you don't know who you are, how can you stand up for anything? That's why many men today feel lost. It's not their fault. They were never taught to think for themselves, only to follow. But if you want to be a man, you need to figure out what you stand for and have the spine to hold your ground, even when the world disagrees. And trust me, the world will disagree. Here's the hard truth. The moment you stand up, when you declare, "This is who I am, this is what I believe," you cast a shadow. That shadow is the opposition that naturally comes when you take a stand. People will disagree with you, some will disapprove of you, a few will despise you, and the taller you stand, the bigger that shadow becomes. This is why real masculinity is rare. It requires courage. It requires being willing to be disliked. And that's where the second ingredient comes in. Having a spine means knowing what you stand for. But having balls means being willing to risk something for it. It means putting your reputation, career, relationships, and sometimes even your life on the line for what you believe in. It means refusing to bend just to be liked. It means standing your ground even when it would be easier to back down. And most importantly, it means not giving a damn whether people approve of you or not. If you try to be liked by everyone, you will be respected by no one. Masculine men do not seek validation. They do what's right, regardless of the cost. What happens when a man has a spine but no balls? He knows what he stands for, but he's too afraid to fight for it. He hides from conflict, avoids taking action, and lets life push him around. And what happens when a man has balls but no spine? He's reckless, aggressive, and destructive because he's fighting, but for nothing. He chases chaos instead of purpose. A real man needs both. If you know who you are and have the courage to risk everything for it, you are a man. Let's wrap this up. You do not need to grow a beard. You do not need to lift heavy weights. You do not need to drink whiskey. You do not need to seduce 100 women. You do need a spine to stand tall in what you believe. You do need balls to take risks and own your life. If you have these two things, you are a man. And if you don't, no amount of hunting, fighting, or muscle building will make you one. What do you think? Does this fit your definition of masculinity? Drop a comment below and let's discuss. If you got value from this, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Thanks for watching, and remember, a real man stands tall, takes risks, and refuses to apologize for being himself. See you in the next one.